Admit that you messed up. Admit the fact that you hurt that other person that you loved so dearly. That person that was either your friend or your lover, whether that was a parent or a sibling. Admit the fact that you messed up. I think one of the hardest things that you could do is hurt someone. I mean, we all kind of do it, whether intentionally or not. It happens. Sometimes we hurt people that we really love. And sometimes we don't realize it until it's too late. We don't realize the fact that after, let's just say, for example, a relationship's over, you look back on it, and even though you point the finger at them, in the end, all the fingers that you should be pointing at are towards yourself. Because let's admit it, you messed up. You hurt this person, whether that was someone you loved so dearly, you hurt them. And it's hard. Sometimes you didn't give them the attention that they deserved. Sometimes you didn't actually compliment them when they wanted it. Sometimes you didn't actually use your head. You didn't plan anything with this person. You just left them. And that's not to say that's bad. Like maybe you might have been doing some of this stuff. Maybe you were working behind the scenes. Maybe you were working on small stuff because all of these small things lead up to the big thing that you're working on. But don't you just hurt them. You hurt them. You messed up, and that's fine. That's fine if you did. You're human, and I don't want to be cringe when saying that, but it's true. You're just a person. You're just someone that's living for the first time. You haven't done this before. I haven't. You haven't. No one has. And we're going to make mistakes, that's for sure. But the one thing that you need to do when you acknowledge the fact that you've heard it is admit it. Don't try to twist the words and say that, yeah, I did sort of hurt them. No, no, no. Say it for how it is. Just say you hurt them. Say that you did wrong and that you didn't mean it at the time. Say that you did wrong and at the end just say, yeah, at that point in my life, yeah, I messed up. I did hurt them. How was your last relationship? I hurt this person. I wasn't who I needed to be, and that's bad. I don't and if you monkey branch to someone else, if you did that, if you say, let's say you liked someone else but they were in a relationship, and so and you're in a relationship too, and so you hurt this person and go into this other relationship, and then people start to ask you, how did you two meet? Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth, that the fact of the matter is, I liked this person and I was with someone else, and I wrecked my relationship and they probably wrecked theirs, and we got with each other. Yikes, no one wants to hear that. And I know that someone needs that. Don't tiptoe around the fact that you are trying to make it seem as you didn't do wrong. Don't try to like tiptoe it so that you can try to maneuver it in any way possible so that at the end the result that you give out to people, or the answer that you give to people when you hurt this person, is the fact that I did somewhat do that, but I also didn't do that. No, say it for how it is. Say it for how it is and leave it at that. And if you can do that, if you can admit it, if you can actually admit the fact that you did wrong, you're already a step closer into actually becoming the person that you want to be. Someone that actually doesn't hurt the person that they love most, whether that's a friend or a lover. The reason I say this is because I've done this. In the way that I can give you my personal experience is the fact that in my last relationship, I didn't give this acknowledgement to that person. I never really truly was there for them. I was there for them, but the thing was, I was always working on something, building the life that I once wanted with this person, that they also wanted themselves. And in the end, I pushed almost everybody, including friends, my family, and even them at times. And it wasn't until I finally lost them that, yeah, what they did to me was pretty bad. They left me for someone else. And that's why I was talking about this monkey branch thing, is that, yeah, they left me for someone else. And they're probably tiptoeing the fact that they're not admitting the full thing. And yet they left and they hurt me. I can still turn around and say, I still hurt them, though. I still did wrong. I still messed up in a way. And I'm not going to say, yeah, just put the whole blame on you now because they hurt you. No, 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 no. I also don't do that. Because I like to think about it as the fact that a breakup is always two-sided. It's never just one-sided. It's never one person does wrong all the time because there has to be something for for both parties to say, yeah, this person messed up and yeah, this other person messed up. You know, it can't just be this person did wrong and yeah, they did this and this and this and this and this and this and that's why the breakup was that's why we broke up. You know, because they did all of that when clearly you might have done something too. And that's not to say there isn't like a breakup that occurs that isn't just one-sided. Yeah, it does happen, but I like to assume that the fact is most breakups occur because there it is two-sided. There is issues on both sides. It can't just be one-sided. And I say most breakups. I'm not saying all, and I'm not saying some. I'm just saying most. Don't try to like tiptoe your way into trying to navigate for yourself to be the better person. But now that that's over, now you have to kind of pick yourself back up and work on it. Work on it so that the next person you see, you don't mess up. Work on it so that if they do ever come back into your life and you do decide to take this opportunity again with them, that you fix it or that you improve on it. Because if you don't, it'll just keep occurring and you'll just keep hurting this person over and over and over and over again. And they're not going to want that. I think they can put up with it so much so they can put up with it as much as they can. And then eventually it'll just break. Admit the fact that you did wrong. Don't tiptoe it.